Hello everyone, my name is Adam Twilight, this is Hex Mania, and welcome back to Danganronpa 2, where Mommy, what the fuck are you doing? Where we are doing the class trial, and trying to solve Byakuya's murder. Also, for some reason, Monami's just fucking hanging from the ceiling, what the hell?
During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is, and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island.
Such a cruel rule.
Before we begin, I'd like to confirm one thing. Is there really a killer among us?
Most definitely. There's no doubt that the blackened is lurking among you. Such a sad state of affairs, isn't it? By the way, this class trial is gonna be 100% fair, so there's no need to worry. I'm the type who hates favoritism and prejudice. Well, not as much as I hate Monami, of course.
You say you hate favoritism and prejudice, but you literally were like, well, in the last game, you were literally like, oh yeah, let's just, like, fucking kill Makoto. Or let's kill, Kyoko. That's her name. So, like, you know.
You hate me that much?
Now, let's begin.
You're telling us to begin, but what are we supposed to do?
No complaining, let's just settle this with our fists.
Were you even listening to the rules? Didn't that Byakuya bastard get killed in the dining hall, huh? Then everyone there is a fucking suspect.
Yeah, what you're really trying to say is that you're not the killer, right?
No shit. You guys went off on your own and started killing each other. This has nothing to do with me.
Huh? What does that mean?
Anyway, why don't we try talking about the most pressing issue on our minds? The most pressing issue on our minds? Where we found the body. It's very strange to find a body underneath the table.
Then, let's start with that mystery.
The reason why Byakuya's body disappeared that was discovered on the dining hall table. We can start with that, but ultimately we need to find out who murdered him. We can't do that. No, thinking about if is a waste of time. We have to do this, no matter what. So the class trial is finally started. From this point on, simple tutorials, thank you. Please excuse my irritated rudeness. Things progress. Engage non-stop debates. Okay, realigning lines for mistakes. Use the truth bullets. Only the relevant ones. We load it in. Use the mouse. Move it. And then run out of time, will automatically fail. Escape key can review the controls. Thank you for that helpful statement. Thankfully, I have a walkthrough. Oh, we're already set on the knife, thank God.
Why was Byakuya's body in a place like that?
His body was underneath the table at the very back of the dining hall.
After the killer murdered Byakuya, they probably moved the body there.
Oh, oops. Oh, the bloodstain.
Crap!
Fuck.
Why was Byakuya's body?
Okay, I goofed. I goofed.
His body was underneath the table at the very back of the...
After the killer they probably moved the body there.
There we go.
No, that's wrong.
Sorry, I goofed with the wrong bullet. Holy shit.
No, I don't think the killer moved the body. Huh? Why? Try to remember what the body looked like when we found it under the table.
Okay, the reason why I clicked knife is because literally the next step is pick a truth bullet and it says I gotta pick the knife, so like, that's probably why I goofed.
Though there was a lot of blood everywhere, there was no sign the killer actually dragged the body through it.
So that's why you think it's impossible that the killer moved the body. I see. I get your point.
Oh, and here I thought I had a genius idea.
Too bad you're so stupid and boring and unpopular. Your life is meaningless.
Wow, Hiyoko, really? Really to my boy?
I respond better to praise, you know.
But if the killer didn't move the body, why was it under the table?
Byakuya was probably killed under the table.
What? You think he was killed under the table?
So Byakuya snuck under the table for reasons unknown, and that's when he was killed. Then, shortly thereafter, we found his body under the table.
That does make sense, but why did he go under the table?
Obviously, he was hiding so he could surprise us. That dude was always a big jokester.
The hell he was? You seriously couldn't tell what kind of person he was?
Maybe he panicked during the blackout and dove under the table.
It's a blackout, not an earthquake. Just because the power went out doesn't mean he'd dive under the table.
The reason why is probably connected to what Byakuya was doing during the party, don't you think?
The reason why during the party, then it's probably the knife.
I can prove it with this. It probably has something to do with the knife we found under the table.
Knife?
Oh, you mean that thing that obviously screams, "I am the murder weapon"?
Byakuya probably noticed the knife was hidden there. So in order to get it, he moved under the table.
He was particularly sensitive to the presence of dangerous items, so I cannot deny that possibility. But how did he notice that there was a knife under the table?
If he knew beforehand, he probably would have done something about it before the blackout, right?
Then, instead of knowing about it beforehand, maybe he saw it right at that moment. Like, for example, he might have seen someone trying to take the knife out from under the table.
No, that's not possible.
What? You seem rather confident about that.
Of course. I have proof to back me up.
This is almost like a real trial.
In the previous statement, there was only various weak spots. Only one lie. There will be false. Lower your trust and influence gauge. Okay. Rely on your own logic. Ha! Imagine. Alright. So you gotta use the night vision goggles.
I'm sure Byakuya ducked under the table during the blackout.
That sounds correct. If that's the case, during the blackout, Mr. Ham Hands must have seen the killer take the knife.
But it was super pitch black! It was so dark I couldn't see my food! Byakuya couldn't see in the dark either.
No,
Boom.
that's wrong. No, Byakuya was probably the only one who was able to see in the dark.
Why do you say that?
He was using those night vision goggles we found under the table. He could have seen what was happening.
So, are you saying Byakuya was the one who used those night vision goggles?
Yeah, that seems to be the case.
Your reasoning is out of focus.
Oh god.
No, that's obviously wrong. It should be the other way around.
Other way around?
Seriously? The killer used those night vision goggles, not Byakuya.
Oh god. I don't know what's happening. Apparently this is called a rebuttal showdown, but I have no idea what the fuck. You're surprised by my curious on an argument? Just between you and me, I was also surprised. Just kidding, I'm sorry. When this kind of argument surfaces, you will go on a one-on-one debate called Rebuttal Showdown. In this mode, you have to counter the other person's claim, draw their weak spots and argue against them. Counter with the WSD keys. Oh god. Based on the shape of their remarks, it's important to know whether to cut vertically, sideways, or diagonally. Based on that, you can skew the debate's mood to your advantage. Ignore the other person's remarks, it will go skew towards their advantage. On the right-hand corner, the number shows your sharpness, your counter. Number of times you can cut remarks during one round of the debate. You learn count some sharpens even if you miss. Be careful. These gives you your advantage for a certain length of time. The other party's argument changes. Well, a conversation will develop. When that happens, they will end up divulging some weak spots. Where I can't normally cut remarks though can name weak spots, skew mood very big. Like regular Mart, refute any weak spots with the left mouse button. Or they don't have the truth blade. Oh fuck! You'll not be able to cut it. Oh, just remark, what's a truth blade? Delaying contracting you. I'll make sure the person in charge of contacting you takes a very long vacation. Truth blades will be called truth blades. No other changes. Nothing much change, but don't you think a change in feeling is important? Escape key can reveal the controls. Let me. Okay, so we need the Duralumin case.
If you just use common.
Okay, so slash in the direction. Okay. Okay, the fuck, okay.
The killer obviously used those night vision goggles. That's gotta be it.
Where's your proof that the killer used them?
Because if they used night vision goggles, then they could have killed Byakuya even in reality. That's what happened. So those goggles were planned in advance. The killer brought them to the crime scene.
Allow me to cut through those words.
There we go.
No, Byakuya was definitely the one who brought those night vision goggles.
Definitely? But why?
Inside the Duralumin case Byakuya had with him during the party, we found a smaller case for storing the night vision goggles.
Which means we can assume that the night vision goggles were kept inside that Duralumin case as well. Woohoo! I said assume! Ibuki never uses such clever language.
Oh god.
Plus, Byakuya was the only one who could have taken the night vision goggles out of the case, since he was carrying it around before the blackout in the first place.
I see. When you put it like that, it makes sense.
Then, was that knife inside the case too? If there were night vision goggles inside, it wouldn't be weird for a knife to be in there too.
It would be weird.
I am weird, aren't I? At times like this, I'd rather be fantasizing about tonight's main dish.
Ew! You totally mean that in a perverted way.
Oh, I meant full health. That's good. Or in the Duralumin case in one. Can I call them close too? That's not possible. Hidden with the duct tape.
See. There was duct tape left under the table where the body was found. Huh? Duct tape? They probably hid the knife by duct taping it to the underside of the table.
Oh, so that's why we found duct tape there.
Though Byakuya was thorough, even he couldn't have noticed a weapon taped to the underside of the table.
This may be off topic, but why was Byakuya acting so paranoid? Not only did he bring a self-defense kit, but he had night vision goggles inside the case too.
That's true. He went above and beyond, being a little cautious.
Now that you mention it, that applies to the dangerous items he confiscated as well. It's one thing to be a little cautious, but performing a body check is a bit much.
He probably knew someone was planning to commit a murder.
Are you saying he predicted the murder? Could it be? Was he also in possession of the all-seeing eye?
You think so too, right, Hajime?
That's right, Byakuya. Possibility of murder would occur because the murder threat. Yeah.
I can prove it with this. Everyone, can you please take a look at this?
Be careful, the first kill will definitely happen tonight. Someone will definitely kill someone.
Hey, the hell is this?
Hajime and I found this in Byakuya's cottage. It looks like a threatening letter someone sent to him.
So, who's the someone?
Nobody besides Monokuma would write such a dumb, threatening letter like that.
Wasn't me!
Are you sure?
The only lies I tell are friendly lies!
Those are still lies.
Doesn't matter who wrote it yet. So, Byakuya became paranoid because of this threatening letter?
He probably decided to throw a party because of the letter. What do you mean? By gathering everyone in one place, he tried to create a situation where everyone could keep tabs on each other. In doing so, he tried to put the writer of the letter in a situation where they couldn't act. But the letter might have been just a little prank. As long as he was determined not to let any of us die, he couldn't take that risk. His strong sense of responsibility made him believe the letter was legitimate.
You should have told us he received a threatening letter.
If he had, we would have panicked. Byakuya probably knew that too.
So, he tried to do something about it without telling anyone? I see. Strong sense of responsibility as our leader was his undoing.
Screw that noise! Who the hell wrote that letter?
Well, obviously, the killer.
The killer. Is it really one of us? Who is it? Among us, who's the one who killed Byakuya?
Enough already! Show yourself, you coward!
If they were willing to come forward, they never would have committed a murder in the first place.
But I still can't believe it. Someone in this room killed Byakuya. There's no way I can believe that yet.
Pardon me. Can I say something, please?
What is it, Miss Sonia?
I regret that I must return to this topic, but I just realized something concerning the night vision goggles. If Byakuya was indeed wearing those goggles, how did the killer manage to navigate in the dark?
You're right. They wouldn't have been able to see anything without the night vision goggles. But if the murderer had the goggles when they took the knife, then how did Byakuya see them?
Even if the knife bore some sort of mark, it would have been difficult to see it in that darkness.
No, the killer definitely used a mark. And because of this mark, the killer was able to get the knife out of the table. Glowing paint.
What if the glowing paint was the mark? With that, you'd be able to get the knife even in the dark. In actuality, the knife we found under the table and the duct tape stuck to the underside of the table were both marked with glowing paint, right?
Does that mean the killer painted them in advance?
But painting them with glowing paint? It's as if they knew the blackout was going to happen.
They had to have already known. That's why they used the glowing paint as a mark. Which means whoever set up the blackout is the killer.
That seals it. The killer is whoever was in the office with the circuit breaker.
Oh god.
Which means it was you, Peko Pekoyama!
Peko killed poor Byakuya? Was this island not big enough for 2 glasses wearers?
Not the killer.
Oh, I guess she's not.
How can you believe her so easily?
But with Peko's height, I don't think she'd be able to reach the circuit breaker in the office.
I don't care about a technicality like that. Peko's the one who tripped the breaker and caused the blackout.
By tripping the breaker directly from the office, Peko was the one who caused the blackout. Is that really what happened? Blue colored weak spots will start appearing. Argue spots. Blue colored weak spots will call you shoot them, you will need to flip your way of thinking. Instead of arguing, contains layers of mistakes. Fire the truth bullets that prove the other person's testimony is correct. When your truth bullets merge with their weakness, it will become a logically sound agreement. Isn't a little hot in here? You must infer whether it's best to argue or agree based on what's being debated. Oh god. Escape key, read controls. So we need Nakamura's account.
Since Peko was in the office, she could have caused the blackout at any time.
That's impossible.
Huh? Why is it impossible?
Because I was not in the office. Not even before the blackout.
I agree with that.
There we go. I like how it's just consent that.
No, Peko is telling the truth.
Don't tell me you're crushing on Peko.
It's nothing like that at all. Nikomaru's account is actually Peko's alibi.
I've been trying to use it many times, but the door just won't open at all.
It's true. Someone was occupying the bathroom for a long time shortly after the party started. And it was finally freed up after Byakuya's body was discovered.
Then the person who was in the bathroom that whole time was actually...
Everyone else besides Pekka was in the dining hall after the party started, right?
I see. So there's no way anybody else could have locked themselves in the bathroom except Pecco.
Okay, I think we're gonna stop it here, so thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!